Hello everyone, this is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below for important links for my cryptocurrency addresses, for all sorts of information about Twitter. And do spread the word. I try to post a new video here every day. Here's one for today. Right before I got on the air here, I noticed Bitcoin was at $784. It just kind of jumped from 780 to 784. That's good news. I think it's probably higher than it was during that surge right before the summer. So most of the people viewing this probably did not pay more money for their Bitcoin than it's worth now. So a huge number of people watching this video who have Bitcoin are ahead, I believe. But you never know what can happen. But I'm happy for everyone. And in my other video just lately, I was talking about predictions for 2017. I also the person of 2017, and we were joking about me, or person for 2016, excuse me, and I was not the person of 2016. But hey, I'm going to try to be the person of 2017. There's no shame in trying to be the person of 2017, working your hardest to just get your name out there, get Bitcoin's name out there, and just do things in the space which will make you have that honor, possibly give you the chance, the shot to have that honor. So I will say that I'd love to be the person of 2017. I'm going to work my hardest to be that person in the Bitcoin space. Going slightly off course here to the altcoin lands, because I warn people about them. I gotta say, Ethereum Classic, I keep on finding little tidbits about their community out there. I will link to their newsletter. I will link to a show, Let's Talk Ethereum Classic. There's an Ethereum Classic event coming up tomorrow in London, probably just in a few hours in London. I'll link to that. They're doing a real good job with this community thing. It's a very interesting approach, this community building they're taking. They've reached out to me to be on this show, and I guess I will have them on this show eventually, a representative of some sort. But it's just so funny, when it first came out now, there's been a lot of hype, there was a lot of fear, a lot of FUD, and clearly, whatever you want to say about altcoins or Ethereum Classic or Ethereum, this is not a scam in any way. I mean, these guys are trying to there's a whole community built around it. They're trying to help it out and encourage the community, and we'll see how it works out with this approach. I think no other coin is exactly taking this approach. I'm not saying other coins don't have communities, but they're very proactive about it. I mean, Steam has a community, but that's a little different. That's built around something else. Dash, I like their marketing. So this is a different type of marketing. So let's see. I mentioned in my previous video also the term blockchain and how it's just getting to be sickening. How many people just toss that term around, and you can tell they're just throwing it in sentences just to make themselves either seem sophisticated or just because it's trendy, or a combination of both. They have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to Bitcoin. They don't want to use Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, people. Just use. There's no shame in using Bitcoin. If you feel the need to just ramble on about blockchain technology and you're not really saying anything, then I mean you're going to get called out on it. And there are a lot of people, and they're usually, and it's embarrassing to me because they're usually marketing people, non-technical people, at least, that are just ramble on about it and have to name their conferences blockchain this and blockchain that. If I have a conference, it's going to be called Bitcoin, and then God, probably, and I'm jinxing myself, whoever funds my conference is going to probably be like, Adam, I'll give you $100,000 if you just say blockchain. Okay, maybe I can see why some people are using blockchain. No, I doubt that's what's happening. The people are being paid $100,000 to say blockchain. If you are, then I guess I'm that might be worth it right there. But the people who are just using it to sound like they're sophisticated and everything, it's getting old, and obviously most of the people who are saying it aren't saying it for worthy reasons. They're just, I don't know what they're even talking about. All right, Andreas Antonopoulos came out with a new video. I will link to it, and it is just his best video yet. I mean, I was laughing at his final joke. It was pretty good. You'll have to wait and see and watch it. But he talks about opting out of the financial system with Bitcoin. That's what Bitcoin does. And I've said similar things in the past, I believe. But he just encapsulates it all in a beautiful way. And he talks about the financial wars that the governments basically wage on their people. And that we're going to have to deal with this in every country. And maybe not so much in the United States to the extent in other countries, but to some extent. And what it'll entail is that the countries people will make it stricter to use cash, and then when people start using Bitcoin, they'll say they're criminals. They'll come, you're a terrorist, you're a criminal, you're an embezzler, you're a launderer. So we have to get ready to say no, that's not true. The people are using Bitcoin to opt out of the financial system. That's all they're doing. They're not criminals. And just be ready. Be ready to call countries out. And India is definitely a country we're going to have to call out because they're calling gold people criminals, and that's not true. And it's on that same line of thinking that you would start to call Bitcoin people criminals, so just to discourage people to use Bitcoin and just further their control of the financial system. And we want people to opt out, and some people will never opt out, unfortunately, and they'll just be slaves of their country's financial system, and I feel bad for them. But for those of you watching this video, spread the word about this Andreas video and about opting out of the financial system with Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing illegal about it, and there's nothing criminal about it. And you can't say that enough. All right, not speaking of criminal, but speaking of scammy, we were talking about possible scams before. On CoinMarketCap.com, I noticed this ad on the side and on the top, and I've mentioned this before, that they allow shady individuals to have ads on their site, and it's some wealth management preservation altcoin portfolio guy trying to teach people how to trade altcoins, or I don't even know. I will link to his link, and you can decide on your own, I guess. But just be careful what you click on. Just because it's on a legitimate site doesn't mean it's a legitimate ad. And it's funny, it reminds me of a prediction I made on July 31st in a video of mine, the next Bitcoin scam. I called this video. You can look it up. I'll link to it, actually. And I said that people were going to come up with scams about managing their altcoin portfolios, where they would make it easy and buy altcoins for you and manage your portfolio if you gave them Bitcoin. When in fact, all they would probably do is just take your Bitcoin and not even bother buying the altcoins. Or maybe they would actually buy your altcoins and manage them to a certain extent, but steal a lot on a different way, or maybe, who knows, charge you a lot of big fees when you can manage your own altcoins yourself. I don't know, this guy might only be selling a book. I don't even know, but he calls himself some sort of wealth management expert. Anyway, I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Have a good one.